Okay, I'm here today to show you a really unique organization project. You can see that we're outside, and just off the kitchen door, our homeowner has built a shed. It's very, very well insulated, and while I don't usually recommend that you store your food storage in a shed, this is actually made especially for this reason. And so, like I mentioned, it's really insulated. There's a well in the bottom of the floor, and it's kept cool below 70 degrees all year round. So I'm going to show you what's inside. This was just a clever idea that she had because she doesn't have basement or pantry space. So when we open it up here, I want to show you what's going on and how big it is. I would imagine this is about 10 feet by 22 feet long. And you can see the before. There's just a bunch of stuff that's been stored here, but just no rhyme or reason. We have lots of boxes, cans, and it's kind of a mishmash, but it's a great start. And these are very, very sturdy shelves. Of course, they're not adjustable, so we'll be able to, leave things in some of their cases. But I can see how if we just organize this better, there's really going to be a better, see all these buckets that we can fill. Most of you have buckets like this that are just laying empty. We've used them and we've just put them back. And so you can't really tell what's inside any of these, but they have food in them, and we're going to discover what's inside, and we're going to just make it a more beautiful and pleasant and functional space. So there's the before, and I'm imagining in about 2 hours we'll be done organizing this and it'll look just so much better. Okay, here I go. Time for our big reveal, and now I'm excited to show you what actually happened in this space and how organized and lovely it is. And I'm going to show you how we labeled it all. Look at how pretty it is. Now we can see everything that was hidden away in those boxes. I'm just going to kind of give you this is the top shelf that we can add a lot of stuff to. This is just extras, and we'll go through them in a minute and how we organize those. But you can see everything has rhyme and reason and lots of room to grow, which is so nice. Sometimes we hide all these foods in boxes and cases and we never know what's in there until we open them up. And look at this, we opened up an entire shelf. It's all the way empty, naked, ready for more food storage. And then down here we have this side full, and then at the bottom these are all extra buckets. Do you remember those sitting around? We're going to fill those with grains. And then all of this is nicely and neatly organized. Now let me take you through it just to give you a few ideas if you're working on your storage room. So here at the bottom is always where I'll put the buckets. And do you see this one? This one has a gamma lid that screws on and off. It makes it really easy to get to what you need. So I would recommend that you have one of these gamma lids for each major grain, whether it's wheat or if you have sugar or flour. Just line them up and everything is the same. So this row back is wheat, this row back is rice, and more rice and pilaf. And you'll see it goes all the way around. So first we do all the grains. We have popcorn and rye and rolled oats, and then we have all the beans, adzuki, pinto, all the way down there are beans. And then we have hard red wheat at the end. So it's a great place to store all your buckets, and you want them at the bottom because it's cooler, and it also just, if there's an earthquake or some movement, then they don't fall and scatter everywhere. Okay, this next shelf up here is going to be all whole grains. Do you see these labels again? I love these because they're really easy to print off and just laminate. So we have all of these. We have rolled oats, we have pearl barley, and then we have all the beans, dry beans. So garbanzo beans, split dried, and it just goes on and on. This whole shelf is beans. And then this whole area right here is all of our vegetables, dried, canned vegetables. And you can see she has an assortment, and she's purchased them from different places. And she has such a collection, but look how much shelf space is left. She can still fill in the gaps, and it's great. So it's always nice to have room to grow. Over here we have all of the fruits. I want to step back so you can see all these labels. See, we have dairy products, we have dry soups, pasta, dry meats. Over here we have kind of the smaller things, seasonings, canned soups, and it goes all the way back. Remember, this is again in an outside storage shed and it's cold in here. These are all of her canned vegetables. canned corn and mushrooms. And then this whole bottom row is just broths and canned meats. And then we have all of her canned fruits and then some baking supplies back here. At the very top, I thought that would be a great place to put lighter things like paper goods. So toilet paper, paper towels, boxes of light bulbs. And then I made a place for her emergency cooking. So that if she needs to know where those are, they're all together. She has a rocket stove, she's got a butane stove. Then I've got a place for her water filters. So she's got everything she needs to purify water. And then just some cooking tools up here. So do you see how it just opens up once we kind of put everything in categories, it really opens a lot of space, and it's really amazing how much space we can save by just organizing, by putting things together. It's not always a smart idea to keep things in cases because then you might not use them unless they're really clearly labeled. But when things are very visible, that's when you're going to be more inspired to use them. So I hope you've enjoyed this little shed, not so little shed, makeover, and I hope that you've seen what you can do in yours and hope that you'll be inspired to organize as well. We'll be back soon with another organizing project really soon.